Hey everyone, I'll post the videos from the meeting, but by a vote of basically all but one, and that was Jen Giuliani, as I predicted, the Clark County Board of Commissioners passed the bond issue for the Raiders, and they have sealed their fate because, contrary to what Jeremy Regulo explained, well, I should really flesh that out for you because he used a lot of jargon, and sadly, the commission just allowed them to get snowed by it because they were so excited to have this. But the bottom line is what Jeremy essentially said is, hey, look, if the monies can't be collected by the stadium tax, then they will dip into the general fund to resolve any shortfall. Okay, that's what he said in terms of the funding difference, because you've got the situation is that it's a general obligation bond. What that means is that at the end of the day, it rests on the general fund itself. And the additional provision of that is if the stadium tax does not produce on a regular basis enough money to cover the debt service, then there can be a dipping into the general fund itself to get those monies to make up that difference. That's what's there. And hence the prediction I made that if the market continues to go the way it's going and the visitor count continues to decrease, right now we're in the middle in Clark County, Las Vegas, of a decrease in visitation rates not seen since the last recession, then that will happen. And remember, the debt service is increasing annually. It's not flatline. They designed it so that it's actually increasing in the bond issue, which means that, you know what, the room tax, which can't be increased itself, the rate, and the room tax revenue production has to increase with it. And folks, that's not going to happen. So it just is not. So they've sealed their fate. It is an exciting project, no question about that. It really is, but this level of subsidy that the Raiders wanted and ultimately got is higher than really anybody had a business allowing. And it was done so that Sheldon Adelson could basically keep public money away from Las Vegas Convention and Visitors Authority, which is horrible, because that money is needed so that Las Vegas can maintain its superiority in the convention business. So unless the stadium ultimately is going to be controlled by the Stadium Authority, which I would think Adelson would, I'm not sure if he cares about that or not. That'll be an interesting question to raise with him if I can. But the question is, where will the stadium fall in competing for events against MSG or T-Mobile or Jackie Robinson's arena, which may or may not happen? So they've sealed their fate. That's it. The question now becomes, quite simply, will the Raiders pay a king's ransom to stay in Oakland until the stadium is ready? Are they able, the Raiders, and this is not anything having to do with the county, able to finish the stadium and deal with the cost overruns? And the question of whether they can opens up another question. To what extent, beyond his news publication, is Sheldon Adelson still involved in the project? But Clark County sealed its fate. They've done a deal with the devil, in my view, in the Raiders. And this is going to be a lot of fun watching this play out. It really is. It's not over.